stories tonight in Y News. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. urges newly promoted military officials to immerse themselves among the soldiers to effectively address the security challenges confronting the nation. A House lawmaker alleges that certain corrupt personnel within the Bureau of Immigration profit from converting tourist visas to student visas. Senator Jinggoy Estrada grills a former Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or PDEA agent as the Senate resumes its investigation into the so-called PDEA leaks linking President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in illegal drug use. And we will discover why Egypt announced its support for the case against Israel, citing the escalating scale of Israel's operation in Gaza and its impact on civilians. Good evening, Philippines and the world. Today is Monday, the 13th of May, 2024. Join us in the next hour as we deliver today's top stories around the Philippines and in other parts of the world. I am Tarriela. We are also seen in 1,935 satellite monitoring centers nationwide and via live streaming worldwide through the UNTV News and Rescue social media channels. I am Mavian Dog. First in the news. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. led the oath of office of the newly promoted generals and flag officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and the Commander-in-Chief called on the AFP to remain faithful to their sworn duties to the country and the people. Nel Maribuhok reports.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. told newly promoted military officials to work among the soldiers in addressing the security challenges facing the country. In his speech during the oath-taking ceremony of the newly promoted AFP generals and flag officers, President Marcos said the threats could jeopardize the peace efforts of the administration as he reminded them of the heavier responsibilities attached to the stars added to their shoulders.
All that you feel are, in fact, our people's hopes, especially now that we are at the juncture of our history where our nation faces complex security challenges, the response to which requires bold thinking, brave action, which I know you can supply in abundant amounts as befits your rank and you can summon from your previous experience. This is the landscape that confronts you now. It is the security terrain that you have to address in the remaining tours of duty of your career.
The Commander-in-Chief also expressed confidence that the AFP members will remain committed to their sworn statement to protect and serve the Philippines and the Filipino people.
That you will uphold the principles that made you patriots, professionals, always compliant with command, faithful to our Constitution, loyal to our country, and mindful of our conscience.
Before the oath-taking ceremony, PBBM met with high-ranking Philippine Air Force or PAF officials at Villamor Air Base in Pasay City. According to the Presidential Communications Office, the Air Force offered insights and recommendations to President Marcos on bolstering the country's air power capabilities to safeguard the nation against emerging security challenges, including the enhancement of capabilities for disaster response. The PAF appreciates the President's guidance and support for modernization efforts within the military, aimed at enhancing the country's defense capabilities to address current challenges. Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue, we serve the people, we give glory to God.
Surigao del Norte's 2nd District Representative Ace Barbers alleges that some corrupt personnel of the Bureau of Immigration make money out of converting tourist visas to student visas. Barbers has called upon President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to repeal an executive order that permits this questionable practice. These concerns arise following reports that 16,200 student visas were allegedly granted to Chinese nationals by the Bureau of Immigration in 2023. Rosalie Cos will tell us why.
Surigao del Norte 2nd District Representative Ace Barbers has urged President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to scrap or repeal Executive Order Number 285. The directive was issued under the administration of former President Joseph Estrada, which allows the Bureau of Immigration or BI to convert tourist visas to student visas. Recently, there was a report about 16,200 student visas granted by BI to Chinese nationals in 2023. The lawmaker believes this has become a money scheme by unscrupulous individuals within BI.
Dun sa mga enterprising BID officials, ginagawang parang money-making scheme ito. No? At yung mga nag-expire yung visa ng mga tourists, automatic, tinatransfer nila to be able to or issue another form of visa, no? Dito sa kita natin na nangyari sa Cagayan, yung mga tourist na pumunta dyan, na-issuehan ng extension dahil they were issued a student visa. So that's why we call on the President to immediately rescind or scrap the executive order.
Representative Barbers also states that a syndicate may be behind this scheme.
Sa tingin ko, meron at malaki ang sindikato dyan. No? Dahil ito ay may katumbas na halaga. Hindi naman pwedeng ibigay nila ng libre yan. But meron din naman talagang matitino na nag-i-issue ng tapat na yung legal na issuance ng kanilang visa. But most of them, ito nga influx of Chinese students in one place, dyan sa Cagayan de Oro, dapat will signal an alarm.
Manila Representative Bienvenido Abante has already filed a resolution urging the House of Representatives to investigate the Bureau of Immigration in relation to the surge of Chinese nationals in the country, particularly those who are now enrolled and studying in a school in Cagayan Province.
The Chief of the Immigration Regulation Division should be summoned, Mr. Speaker, and asked to explain how these Chinese nationals entered our country. If initially they were allowed to enter on the strength of tourist visas, he should explain how they were able to obtain student visas.
Meanwhile, according to the Bureau of Immigration, it seeks regular security assessments of foreign students in the country. Rosa Lecos, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The BRP Teresa Magbanwa continues its vigil at Sabina Shoal, steadfastly monitoring the reef against the activities of Chinese vessels in the area. According to Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tarriela, the presence of PCG ships has effectively thwarted China's planned reclamation in the said reef. Ryan Lacanlale details why.
The Philippine Coast Guard has prevented China's reclamation plan in Sabina Shoal. This was declared by Commodore J. Tarriela, Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, after the recent discovery of coral dumping in the area.
I think this is the reason why we can say we are effective in deterring China from doing this small-scale reclamation, because China also doesn't want to get caught on how they do it.
According to Commodore Tarriela, if China had been successful in their reclamation plan in the area, it would have been very alarming for the country, because it would have made it difficult for the Philippines to conduct rotational and resupply mission for the country's soldiers stationed in the grounded ship in Ayungin Shoal.
If the Chinese will be very successful in carrying out this kind of reclamation and then converting this once again to another naval base or something, it will be very difficult for the armed forces of the Philippines and the Philippine Coast Guard to do the resupply mission, because they have already encircled the entire Ayungin Shoal if ever they're going to be successful in Sabina Shoal.
In addition to the BRP Teresa Magbanwa, the Philippine Coast Guard also patrols the area with the two other 44-meter vessels, the BRP Cabra and BRP Malabrigo.
That's what I'm saying is that the commandant for the Philippine Coast Guard has to make sure that we're not going to allow China from carrying out a successful reclamation in Sabina Shoal.
During the nearly 1 month presence of PCG ships in Sabina Shoal, Chinese vessels become more conscious in their movements. This raises a significant question for the PCG about how China's ships are able to dump dead corals in the area.
It still puzzles Dr. Anticamara. It also puzzles us. How do they dump the dead corals? Is it through sandbagging? Is it through hydraulic vacuum? There are different ways. Pero ang intention nga natin dito, why we decided to anchor Philippine Coast Guard vessel as the rigid hull inflatable boats roam around the area is to catch them talaga, for us to know how they're doing this. Since wala pa talaga tayong photo or image na kung paano natin masasabing how they are doing it, yan yung gusto nating malaman.
The PCG plans to bring marine scientists back to the area to examine the corals dumped on the sandbars of Sabina Shoal. The Chinese embassy has not yet commented on whether they admit or deny the PCG's statement. But according to Commodore Tarriela,
is not that confident to say and to confirm that that's their vessel. But again, let me stress this fact. It is not that I think that these are their vessels. We have photos and videos to prove that. And they should be man enough to accept that they have really deployed and intruded our own waters.
Ryan Lacanlale, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Meanwhile, the Philippine National Police will look into the alleged breach in the databases of the PNP Logistics Data Information and Management System. PNP Public Information Office Chief Police Colonel Jean Fajardo said Information Technology Officer has already shut down the system as a precautionary measure. Additionally, the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group has initiated its probe to identify the perpetrators behind the incident.
Well, when we talk of logistic data information, we expect that logistical resources of the PNP will somehow be included in that data. So we have to really check kung meron pong breach po. Well, definitely there are information data in the system because when we talk of logistics, it encompasses the logistical assets of the PNP po.
And for the news abroad, South Africa has asked the International Court of Justice, or ICJ, to order Israel's withdrawal from Rafah amid an ongoing case accusing Israel of acts of genocide. Egypt announced its support of the case against Israel, citing the growing scale of Israel's operations in Gaza and the impact on civilians. Maven Carizo will tell us why.
In a move that highlights growing tension between neighbor countries Egypt and Israel, the former announced its support for the case raised by South Africa against Israel at the International Court of Justice, or ICJ. The case accuses Israel of violating its obligations under the Genocide Convention. The Egyptian Ministry of Foreign Affairs quoted the expanding scope and worsening severity of Israel's violation against Palestinian civilians in Gaza, including the destruction of infrastructure in the Strip, as the reasons for their action to back the case. South Africa on Friday asked the court to seek Israel's withdrawal from Rafah as an additional emergency measure against an acts of genocide case it is being accused of. Egyptian officials are blaming Israel for the strain in relations between the two countries, as well as the breakdown of ceasefire talk held in Cairo that was attended by delegations from Israel, United States, Egypt, and Qatar. Hamas, on the other hand, stated it welcomes Egypt's announcement of its intention to join the lawsuit filed by the Republic of South Africa. South Africa brought its case accusing Israel of committing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza in January. The current death toll has already surpassed 35,000, most whom are women and children. Aside from Egypt, Turkey and Colombia are also formally requesting to join the case in a move to ensure the safety and the very existence of the Palestinian people. May Vin Carrizo, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Authorities in Canada are warning of poor air quality in provinces as the season's first major wildfire spread across 10,000 hectares in the western part of the country. Most of the 3,500 residents in the area of Fort Nelson in British Columbia were evacuated, while the indigenous community of Fontes were also issued an evacuation notice. Meanwhile, Fort McMurray in Alberta, which suffered extensive damage from the 2016 wildfires, was forecast to have favorable weather and low fire activity on Monday, May 13. However, authorities continue to warn of the two extreme and rampant wildfires in the area, including one located only 16 kilometers southwest of Fort McMurray. Evacuation alerts have been expanded over the weekend to include for Fort McMurray, Sapre Creek, Anzac, Gregoire Lake Estates, and Rickards Landing Industrial Park. We'll share more global stories with you later. For those watching our live streaming on YouTube, please click the subscribe button you see on your screen and ring the bell for notification. You may also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. House Solons raised questions regarding Dermalog's joint venture during today's committee hearing. Officials of the tech company were warned that they could be cited in contempt as they provided contrasting statements during the inquiry. JP Nunez will tell us why.
The House Committee on Transportation continued its hearing on issues concerning German technology company Dermalag as IT provider of the Land Transportation Office or LTO today, May 13. Santa Rosa Representative Dan Fernandez questioned why Dermalag delays the submission of database of the Land Transportation Management System or LTMS.
This group is trying so hard to delay the submission of the API para yung kita na nanggagaling sa Paynamics ay patuloy na nakukuha nila. As simple as that. And that's the reason why your representative ng Dermalog na si Encarnado, which is also connected with the Paynamics through their joint venture with the Gold Gate, is tantamount to boss? Mr. Chairman, abuse and fraud. Fraud to, niloloko nyo gobyerno.
Also, the committee inquired the joint venture that the Dermalog entered while it is under the contract from the LTO. Based on the hearing, Dermalog had a joint venture with the Paynamics and Goldgate Technology Solutions Incorporated to come up with a different payment method for the LTMS portal. But the LTO said the joint venture only provided one payment method for its users. Dermalog's officials were warned to be cited in contempt as they answer questions of congressmen different from their previous statement. The committee probes Voltaire Encarnado due to alleged conflict of interest as he represented the Dermalog while still the chairman of Goldgate Technology Solutions Incorporated.
Sa susunod, kung ganyan ang pagsasagot mo, somebody will move to cite you in contempt. Sagot mo, Your Honor, I'm just trying to recall. Hindi ko po alam yung detalye na yan. Nagsisinungaling ka rin dito.
Alam mo, Attorney Peralta, you please don't lie. Because we have all the evidences that were submitted to us. As a matter of fact, nauna niyong nakilala si Voltaire Encarnado nung sa Dermalog pa lamang.
Dermalog Legal Counsel Attorney Peralta explained that his previous answer has been misunderstood and he was not given the chance to qualify his answer.
It may have been as a result of a misunderstanding, Your Honor.
The committee requested the Department of Information and Communications Technology or DICT to submit a copy of invitation sent to Dermalog. The Dermalog said they have not received the invitation from the DICT, which is supposed to settle the issue on database. JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Good news for motorists out there. Oil companies are set to implement a price rollback on petroleum products on Tuesday, May 14. Based on separate announcements from oil companies, expect a decrease of 50 centavos per liter for diesel. Meanwhile, there will be a significant price rollback of 2 pesos per liter for gasoline. Additionally, the price of kerosene will also decrease by 85 centavos per liter. The latest price adjustment is still a response to the fluctuating movements in the global oil market.
A lawmaker and a resource person were figured in a heated exchange as the Senate resumes its investigation into the so-called PIDEA leaks, linking President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and illegal drug use. This comes after Senator Jinggoy Estrada grilled former Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or PIDEA agent Jonathan Morales over his string of cases and alleged misrepresentation, putting into question his credibility.
Ay parang hindi naman po maganda yung sinasabi ni ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada patungkol sa akin. Para namang ako talagang hinuhusugahan ako'y may kaso pa lang at hindi pa napapatunayan sa hukuman. Hindi kagaya po ang ating butihing senador na-convict na po. Ay wag naman po.
Alam mo Mr. Morales. Senator Jinggoy, please. Huwag mong pakikalaman yung kaso ko. Problema ko yun. Yung kaso mo ang ayusin mo.
Your Honor, ang kaso ko po, Your Honor, hinaharap ko naman po. At ako hindi
Order.
Senator Ronald De La Rosa, who chairs the Senate Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, ordered to strike the verbal tussle off the record, while Morales apologized afterwards. Meanwhile, Executive Secretary Paquito Ochoa will be subpoenaed in the next hearing after he failed to show up today due to COVID-19. Morales earlier claimed that it was Ochoa who allegedly ordered not to push through with the supposed drug operation in 2012. The fourth and final hearing on the alleged PIDEA leaks will be held on Monday, May 20.
And in other global news, 41 confirmed fatalities have been reported due to relentless hours of non-stop rainfall, resulting in widespread flooding and cold lava flow from the volcano in western Indonesia over the weekend. Additionally, 17 individuals have been reported missing after ash and large rocks flowed from the highly active Mount Merapi on the island of Sumatra. A significant portion of Tanah Datar, including homes, has been submerged in mud. Several trucks have also been buried under massive piles of rocks. Even buildings have not been spared from the damage. 400 individuals, including police, soldiers, and local rescue squads, have been deployed to search for the missing. According to environmentalists, more severe flash floods and cold lava flow are expected to recur due to continued abuse of natural resources and lack of action against it.
Starting May 20, online reservations for all hikers planning to ascend Mount Fuji in Japan will commence. According to the Yamanashi prefectural government, they will implement the new system, where climbers will be charged a reservation fee of 2,000 yen or $13. A maximum of 4,000 climbers will be allowed per day, with 3,000 slots available exclusively for online booking. Hikers can make reservations online through the official website Climbing for Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji will be open to hikers from July to September. And those are the reasons behind the news in other parts of the globe.
The judiciary justice servers deny the DFA emissaries entry into the win column during their clash in the continuation of the second round eliminations of the UNTV Volleyball League Season 2 yesterday. Meanwhile, the Senate Lady Defenders emerged victorious against the SSS Pension Protectors. And the momentum remains scorching for the BFP Lady Firefighters as they secure their sixth straight win by defeating the top-ranked team in the standings, the PNP Lady Patrollers. JP Nunez reports.
Papunta sa Justice Servers, Pesebre catches the line. Pagsumul ulit with the left hand, yes! To the pass, Tarriela, got it!
In the second round elimination of the UNTV Volleyball League Season 2 held at the Paco Arena in Manila yesterday, some intense matchups have been witnessed. In the first game, from the get-go until the third set, the Judiciary Justice Servers dominated the DFA emissaries, securing 3 consecutive sets for the win. The Justice Servers unleashed a total of 43 attack points and 10 service aces, led by Laarni Pesebre and Darilyn Yuboko against the emissaries' 21 total attack points. Laarni Pesebre of the Lady Justice Servers was named the best player of the game, tallying 15 attacks and 4 service aces. The match concluded with a score of 25-11, 25-20, and 25-19, placing the Lady Justice Servers in 7th place with 3 wins and 5 losses, while the emissaries remain in 8th place with 0 win and 8 losses.
Salamat sa Diyos for this win. Ano lang, teamwork lang talaga, tulungan sa court, makinig sa coach, sa instructions ng coach. Walang madi-discourage pag nagkamali, pag nagka-error, okay lang. Tapos, suportahan. Hindi lang yung team sa loob, pati yung team sa labas.
Pero isang nakikita ko is meron kasing isa or dalawa sa player ko na nagbe-break ng system, defense pattern. So, nasasabay sa lahat. Kasi once na na-break mo yung pattern, susunod eh. Pero once na nasa pattern ka, andun lahat, sabay-sabay, na-execute naman ng tama.
In the second game, the SSS Pension Protectors faced off against the Senate Lady Defenders. Right from the start of the first set, Pachari Sengmuang cross-court and down the line hits put the Pension Protectors in the lead. However, the Lady Defenders, led by Javen Sabas and Menchi Tobiera, persevered with their successive attacks and blockings, clinching the first set with a score of 25-23. The Lady Defenders continued their momentum, winning the second set with a score of 25-21. The third set remained closely contested, but the Lady Defenders emerged victorious with a score of 25-16. Javen Sabas of the Lady Defenders was awarded the best player of the game, unleashing 23 attacks and 3 service aces. The Lady Defenders now stand in 4th place with 4 wins and 4 losses, while the Pension Protectors are in 6th place with 3 wins and 5 losses, both teams tallying 46 total attack points.
Actually, practice talaga namin yun eh. For the past yung ilang days, siguro mga 3 beses kami nag-practice. So, yung mga weaknesses namin, yung mga tingin namin na pwede pa namin i-improve, yun, doon kami nag-concentrate.
Kulang kami sa character. Sa skills, nakikita ko enough naman para manalo sana. Pero yung character building, yung bigla silang bumibigay, yung di nila nasusustain yung lamang nila.
And in the third game, the BFP Firefighters secured the top spot by defeating the PNP Lady Patrollers in 3-1. Despite a strong start from the PNP Lady Patrollers, led by Kia Gomez, Ces Oliveros, and Milia Flor Ronquillo, the rookie team BFP Lady Firefighters fought back with solid defense, claiming the first set with a score of 25-15. The Lady Patrollers bounced back to win the second set with a score of 23-25. However, the BFP Lady Firefighters dominated the third and fourth sets, winning them with scores of 27-25 and 25-16 respectively. Gang Abellana was named the best player of the game, contributing 11 attacks, 1 block, and 1 service ace. The BFP Lady Firefighters now sit in third place with 6 wins and 3 losses, while the PNP Lady Patrollers remain at the top with 6 wins and 2 losses.
Talagang una pa lang, pinaramdam ko talagang yung tiwala, yung connection ng coaches sa players, talagang pinaramdam namin. Kasi alam namin yung potential talaga nila eh.
Siguro lumamang lang yung BFP talaga sa willingness nila manalo. Kasi kita mo naman, depensa, ofensa, lumamang talaga sila sa amin. Siguro mag-ensayo ulit kami at tingnan namin kung ano yung mga lapses namin during game. Babawi kami next game.
Stay tuned for the upcoming matches in the League of Public Servants on Wednesday, May 15, 2024 at the Paco Arena in Manila. The Comelec Suffragettes will face the Senate Lady Defenders in the first game at noon, followed by the BFP Lady Firefighters against the Judiciary Justice Servers at 2 p.m. and the SSS Pension Protectors against the AFP Lady Gunner at 4 p.m. Catch the action live on the social media accounts of UNTV News and Rescue and UNTV Sports. JP Nunez, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The UNTV News and Rescue official YouTube channel celebrates yet another digital milestone with 4 million subscribers. Since its launch in 2014, the UNTV News and Rescue official YouTube channel has garnered an impressive 2,337,021,353 total views, and the numbers keep climbing. Offering a diverse array of original content, bringing the latest news and information to Filipino viewers worldwide are flagship programs such as Ito Ang Balita, C News, Y News, Hataw Balita Ngayon, Good Morning Kuya, and Ito Ang Balita Weekend Edition. To all our viewers and supporters, mga kasambahay, we extend our heartfelt gratitude. With God's help, we will continue and dedicate ourselves in serving God and humanity through enhanced charity works and public service. And before we close, we will leave you with the word giving glory to God from the book of Ephesians chapter 3 verse 17. It says, "That Christ may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye being rooted and grounded in love." And those are the reasons behind the news, May 13, 2024. Reasons we deliver to you as they unfold. I am Avian Dog, live from Australia.
And because we need to know, we will always ask why. I am Tarriela, live from Australia. We serve the people, we give glory to God.